Hi, my name is Ebony. I'm an electrical engineering major on campus, um, and I am a logistics coordinator for the Black History Month Planning Committee, and I am a proud Badger. Definitely, it has to do with the exploration of not even my own identity, but also just connecting with others that are also going through that same exploration. Black History Month to me is a lot more than just a month, but it's like honoring this constant journey that we all go through together. And as a Black woman, I know how there's so many different wonderful types of Blackness, and it's like a month where we can all come together and celebrate um, all of our differences, all of our uniqueness, and just our beauty in general. So that's what's so amazing about it. I would have to say that it's definitely my fellow Badgers. I'm a part of NESB, which is the National Society of Black Engineers. And honestly, when I walk in there, it is an absolute family. Having that support, just, all of us going through this together, having like a mutual understanding of our struggles, and also just understanding like what opportunities that we could chase in the future. It is great to be in a community of people that just love and care for you and want the best for you. Like, they're at the top and they want to bring you right up with them. And I think that's what's really beautiful about creating a space on campus that you feel comfortable in. Ever since I was young, even before Hidden Figures came out, I looked up to Katherine Johnson. I say that a million times. I loved I love the story of Katherine Johnson. I remember just looking through, I think one of my science books, and I saw a black woman, and I was like, wait a minute, that didn't like because usually you don't see that in your standard textbooks that you get in elementary school. And I saw a black woman, and I'm like, wait a minute, who is she? I did my own little research as much as maybe like a 7-year-old could. And I remember thinking like, wow, like she was a computer, she was a mathematician, she made wonderful advancements in space exploration. And I'm not necessarily going down that route of space exploration, but the fact that she broke barriers just completely like shook me. And honestly, that sort of drive kind of inspired me to keep going, even though like there's a lot of opposition, especially in my field. Not to mention Mae Jemison as well, just a wonderful, wonderful inspiration, being an engineer and a dancer and even trying to like being a CEO and all this stuff. Like that is the stuff that I've been interested in my entire life. And knowing that it's not just a dream, like this is stuff that happens and it could happen to me eventually is a beautiful thing. And I still to this day like have my little Katherine Johnson photo and I look at her when I'm really struggling through my math classes or my engineering classes. I look at her and I'm like, you know what? I could do this. I see a lot of beautiful, wonderful, motivated people. I see leaders, I see innovators, I see people that are going to break the glass ceiling. And I know them personally, which is amazing. I see wonderful individuals on campus that, we may not always agree all the time, but I know that they are going to lead and they're going to be the greatest in what they do. And that's all like I can hope for. Just being around people like that on campus, they're inspirations. Like we have the activists, the people that are actually going out and protesting and making these things aware in the Madison community that maybe wasn't aware before. Just seeing that and that they're like literally, oh yeah, that was this person that I knew from this place is amazing. And I'm always rooting for them on the sidelines. I may not always be there because, like I said, I am in Brooklyn right now. But honestly, it is amazing, such an inspiration, and I just feel so honored to be a part of a community of a younger generation, us starting to grow into these wonderful leadership positions. I'm so grateful to be a part of it. What excites me most is just seeing the type of education that we go through is a different type of education that like I feel everyone else goes through because we see things from a different lens, and that lens is a more inclusive lens, a more diverse lens, and it really does save lives. Like, for example, when I see my lovely, lovely, lovely brothers and sisters that are in the medical field, that makes me feel comfortable because I know the history of racism in the medical field. And I know that these certain individuals are really going to break that cycle. And hopefully, by the time that I'm older, I can rely on someone actually caring for a Black woman's needs medically. Um, and I can go on and on about the type of lens that I feel that we all have as a community. And we are the empathy that we share with each other is just amazing. And I that's what makes me feel safe. It makes me feel safer that there's other people out there that are going to literally change the entire focus to make it more inclusive for people like me and maybe even generations after me. And that is really all I can ask for. I would say, please, please, please be open to learn, be open to new things that maybe you're not used to, or something that maybe contradicts your beliefs. Because unfortunately, the systemic racism that is very well working against us kind of also changes a lot of ideologies that we have, a lot of different standards that we have. So I think it is so important to be an ally more than ever in this time. It is so important to listen to hear what the other person has to say because something that you thought that you may understand, you may not even fully understand it. And it just takes us to have that conversation that may feel a little bit uncomfortable. And also the responsibility to educate yourselves on each other. And I think in this month and on, because it should always happen, please just educate yourself, educate each other so we can unify together. We can think more about how can we look out for the other person next to me as well as myself. Well, happy Black History Month. I would just like to say that Black History Month is a time for me to kind of take in all of the new knowledge I learned and see how my ancestors would look at this, um, see how far we've come and how far we need to keep going. Um, Black History Month is just this vibrant, beautiful celebration that I just love being a part of. I love hearing other people's stories and I love hearing about all the different types of Blackness because that's not something that we talk about often. How, Blackness is not just one thing, it's many different things. And it's many different cultures, many different people, many different flags, many different everything. And me being a US Black, straight from the South, I I am just so excited that we all just get to come together and learn about each other. And also have non-Black people learn about Blackness as well. And honestly, it's a beautiful thing. It's unifying and it's uplifting. It uplifts my soul, and I'm sure it uplifts everybody else's soul too.